Guys, another milestone was achieved yesterday, the 21st of October 2025, in the history of democracy, and in particular, justice to the common man. In France, a former president, a glided life of power, luxury, and global influence. It's now a historic criminal conviction. This is the story of Nicolas Sarkozy, once the most powerful man in France, and how a Faustian pact with one of the world's most unspeakable dictators led him directly to a 5-year prison sentence for the first time in modern French history. A former head of state is going behind bars. Guys, this is huge. This is very, very huge, and it means a lot in this era, in this democracy, in this global democracy. It means a lot to us, to me and you, the common man, because when these people are in power, they misuse the resources, and who suffers it is the common man, okay? Not themselves, not their family members, not their political counterparts. No, it's the common man. So wherever politics is being played in the world, and wherever democracy is practiced anywhere, any misuse of power usually goes back to the common man. So that is why I began by saying that this is another milestone achieved, justice for common man. Now, let's understand the political context of what inspired or what transpired during this particular time. To understand the severity of this conviction, we must remember the political climb of Nicolas Sarkozy. From interior minister to president in 2007, his tenure was defined by energy, glamour, and an aggressive American-style political image. Okay? But when at his peak, shadows lingered over his victorious 2007 presidential campaign. He wanted to be re-elected president during the 2007 presidential election. Specifically, there were whispers of where the enormous financing had actually come from. And so, that case shattered his political immunity, the case was centered on an alleged criminal conspiracy involving Libya and its late leader, Muammar Gaddafi. The French law strictly limits campaign spending and prohibits foreign donations. It is not allowed in France. There are certain limits of amounts of money that you should not spend on campaign, and you shouldn't get foreign donations. This is actually nice, and a lot of countries should learn. In fact, this is why I said this is a milestone for common people, because during the election we begin to hear about this president supporting this president. The case we are hearing about in the US, how China supported, or in Canada, how this country supported this person to be president. I think it was the president of China made some statement about supporting someone somewhere. I don't want to mention because I'm not. I know I read it somewhere, but I don't have the information at hand. But I know it's true. So this French law had it that nobody should spend more than a certain amount of money, and nobody should get funding from foreign donation. Yet, with this man, it happened, and the prosecutors argued that between 2005 and 2007, Sarkozy's close aides worked actively to secure illicit funds from the Gaddafi regime to bankroll the 2007 campaign. So the scandal came to light through multiple accounts, including a Lebanese businessman, an alleged money launderer who claimed to have delivered large suitcase of cash. This money, this cash, we thought that it's only within African countries that this happen. A lot of things are coming to light these days. This corruption, it's not only happening in some places. So the sum involved were very, very staggering, like a huge amount of up to 50 million euros may have secretly flowed from Tripoli into the campaign coffers. So at last, the courts found Sarkozy guilty of criminal conspiracy. But the thing about this matter is that it wasn't just about sloppy bookkeeping or the judge. The judge ruled that Sarkozy allowed his team to enter a deep covert arrangement with a hostile foreign dictator. If you know about Muammar Gaddafi and what he stood for when he was alive. So he was actually working with Sarkozy. You can imagine what that would have been for France if he won that election and got his support from Gaddafi. You can imagine what it will be. I leave you to just imagine that yourself. So the judge deemed the facts of the case to be exceptional gravity. The judge deemed it to be facts of the case of exceptional. It's a case of exceptional gravity because they were likely to undermine citizens' trust in the republic. The fundamental charge was that he compromised the integrity of France, of the French democracy for personal political gain. The integrity of the state's democracy. You know what it could have been, that if he won that election and the people, close allies, close aides of Gaddafi who helped in that loitering, money laundering, would know what happened. Nothing is hidden under the sun. So you can imagine what that will be for France. And even Gaddafi himself, if he were still alive, how he will be he will be looking at France as a country who are one of the countries you can say that is very democratic, who are very civilized and have attained democracy in all ramifications. So you can imagine what that would have been for France if he won that election. So between this legal suit, what time after he lost the election, was immediately after he lost the election that a preliminary investigation started because of the way the money was spent during that campaign. That triggered them to go into investigation about how the campaign was funded, and then moments after, Sarkozy was actually they started suspecting him, and people used that to campaign against him, and so he lost election he lost his bid to be re-elected in 2013-2014, and finally, once he lost the election, no immunity anymore, so he was taken to court, investigation started, and I really appreciate the system over there because it actually means that he did not influence the investigation, that people are independent in their respective positions as stakeholders in maintaining the system, right? So after years of investigation, wiretaps and delays, the Paris court delivered its verdict on the 25th of September 2025. Sarkozy, the strong man, the once most powerful president or person in France, was convicted of criminal conspiracy and was handed a sentence of 5 years in prison. So the incarceration has begun. Despite his immediate appeal, Sarkozy was ordered to begin his sentence. So on the 25th of September, because about less than 4 weeks ago, he was convicted. He tried to appeal immediately, but the court didn't give him that opportunity. In fact, they attended to his appeal as soon as possible and still retained the verdict, which was very shocking to people. And today, history is made. Yesterday, history was made, being the 21st of October 2025, that this former president, was ordered to begin serving his sentence immediately. And so today, he was seen hand in hand with his supportive wife entering the prison, the La Santé. Okay, La Santé is the name of the prison where he's going to be there and serve for 5 years. I like the fact that his wife is supported him, still supporting him even up to this moment as he's going to prison. She held him hand in hand, and then to show her support, I don't know whether she's going to enter there and help him and be there with him. That's the story. So now, what are we taking from this? I mean, what are we taking from this? I want us to reflect. As I conclude this video, let's think. Nicolas Sarkozy's conviction for the Libyan funding conspiracy is monumental. He is the first former head of state in modern France to be ordered to serve behind bars. While he maintains his innocence and vows to fight the verdict up to the European Court of Human Rights, the message from the French judiciary is clear. In a republic, no one, not even a former president, is above the law. I think the political world is watching this case, as this case has redefined the boundaries of accountability and corruption at the highest level of government. I hope the world, I repeat, the world political class is watching, has seen this. And that is when the citizens are in charge. And that is actually what is called democracy, when the government is for the people and by the people, for the people. So you see, you are there to serve them. You didn't serve well. They didn't re-elect him, and now they had to discipline him for, the crimes he committed while serving. This for me is, wow, I give it to France. This is what is called being an independent state. France has just shown that it is an independent state regardless. Okay, so my dear, what do you think about this conviction for democracy? What's your opinion? Please let me know your opinion in the comment section. And please, what do you have to say? In fact, do you give this video a thumbs up if you are, in order to support France for this? I mean, if France is taking the lead to set example for accountability, leaders must know that whatever you're doing while you're in power, when you are done, you have to give account. So I want to once again give it to France for setting the space for the world. Thank you so much. If you have liked this video, please drop your opinion in the comment section. Don't forget to share and also like. Thank you. I'll see you again in my next video.